All right, good morning, everybody. To the students in class and students that are watching this on video, this is going to be our CL goal number 1 units. I totally stole this PowerPoint online, but it's from the same book. It's actually from our old book. So thank you to the teacher in Utah or Colorado or Ohio or wherever who made this. And it also is actually based on the one that that our book automatically makes, but I updated that a little bit, and I actually a lot last night. So the only thing I couldn't update are these stupid transitions where they slide in one thing at a time. So that's going to annoy me and hopefully annoy you as well, so that we can be annoyed together. But anyway, follow along. You should have your notes sheet with you. And actually, the first part of this slideshow is a little bit about the background of the information. So you might need to add this somewhere else. I'm going to try to get to the end of the slide first and then kind of talk about it because I don't like all those little transitions. All right. This chapter is called the CL unit for the reason that it stands for civil liberties. Okay. And civil liberties are similar to civil rights. You've probably heard of civil rights before if you think of like Rosa Parks and the bus boycott. That's always Martin Luther King Jr. That's all civil rights type things. Well, civil liberties is similar to that. And on the screen or on the slide, it says civil liberties are protections against government, where civil rights are positive acts of the government. So civil liberties are like the rights people have that the government can't take away. Okay, civil rights are things that like the government can do to help people get their rights. But ultimately, I don't care if you know the distinction that much. Just know that that's what we're going to be learning about. We're learning about what rights you can do and what rights you'll have as a student, as an individual, as a human being leaving this school to go out on your own. Can you stand on the corner and protest a cause that you believe in? Can your employer fire you for getting your hair cut the wrong way or having a tattoo down your arm or something like that? Are those things things that you should be aware of? Yes, because they're things that are going to affect you later on. So those are your various things, are civil liberties, and we're going to talk our way through civil liberties today. The Constitution basically says that the government will always be limited and that there are certain rights that people will always have. The third dot there, the third point, people in the United States are free to do as they please as long as they do not infringe upon the rights of others. So rights are relative. Yes, I have the freedom of speech, but does that give me the right to say whatever I want about anyone else? Does that give me the right to say or print false and misleading information to try to get somebody else fired? For example, can I wrongly accuse someone of, I don't know, attacking me or hitting my car or whatever? Can I falsely accuse someone with no evidence whatsoever? I have freedom of speech. I should be able to. But doesn't that person have the right to not be accused when they didn't do anything wrong? Right? So these rights are relative, meaning your rights go as far as they can until you step on somebody else's right. Okay? Well, who decides then? Who decides how far your rights can go? Be a question for the class. Who decides? Okay, it says in the Constitution, I have freedom of speech, but it also says you have freedom of speech. Who draws the line between us? Supreme Court cases. That's exactly right. This is going to be decided on a court case-by-case basis. So throughout the next few weeks when we go through this lesson, you're going to hear a whole bunch of different Supreme Court cases. Okay, and you'll notice like on the note sheet that you got, there's a whole bunch of cases on there to take notes on. So it's a case-by-case basis. Your book points out that rights are not guaranteed for aliens who are foreign-born non-citizens. So only people who are citizens are guaranteed to have all of the rights in our Constitution. Okay, the rights are found in the Constitution. The Bill of Rights, for example, which was added just after the Constitution. And the 14th Amendment is where a lot of those rights get applied to the states, because the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments, actually only applied to the federal government. The 14th Amendment then was added after the Civil War, and it added the states. It made the states follow the Bill of Rights. So that's just a bit of history there as well. And then the Ninth Amendment says that we have other rights that are not automatically listed in the Constitution. That's like the other clause that if you're not included in the first one, it could still be there somewhere else. Not sure where that slide went. I should have a freedom of religion slide here that has the definition on it, but it does not appear to be there anymore. So doesn't matter. I will go on to here. Okay. In the First Amendment to the Constitution, you will find the words, Congress shall make no law regarding an establishment of religion or abridging the free exercise thereof, or something along those lines, okay? Congress will make no law respecting an establishment of religion or limiting the free exercise thereof. Something along those lines are actually written in the Constitution's First Amendment, okay? From that, we get two parts of religious freedom. There is the Establishment Clause from the words, Congress will make no law establishing a religion. Okay, the word establishment is actually in the First Amendment. And the Establishment Clause says that the government will never establish a religion, or the government will not promote or endorse or require any religion. That's what the Establishment Clause is. Think of what establish means. It means to start something. So the Establishment Clause of the Constitution means the government will never start a religion. Or it's not supposed to give any preferential treatment. It's not supposed to tie religion into the government. There's supposed to be a separation. And we're going to start talking about that. In that same sentence in the First Amendment, it also says the government will not stop or infringe on the free exercise thereof, the free exercise of religion. So that says the government cannot stop people from practicing their religion. Okay, so there are two parts to freedom of religion. There's an establishment clause, the government will not get too tied into with religion, and the free exercise, the government will not stop you from practicing your religion. That is freedom of religion. Okay. All right, there is in effect a wall of separation then between church and the state. All right, that's what the Establishment Clause says, that there should be a separation between church and state.